ready to talk some college football with you, bro. And we got into some games last week in the quarterfinals. We weren't able to talk about the Notre Dame game because
Mm-hmm.
that fucking
The whole chaos.
no, I dropped another one. Yeah, down there in New Orleans that ended up postponing the game for a day, which I'm sure there are Georgia fans out there, using that as
Mhm.
some type of an excuse as to why they got their asses whooped by the Irish. So, and I call it that, and I call it
Come
that.
on, come on, man.
I call it that, Jimmy, because when you look at all the other scores, and with the exception of maybe Ohio State,
Yeah,
Notre Dame was probably the one that was the blowout that,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
everyone was not expecting. So, uh, let let's hear your thoughts on that game, Jimmy. What do you think? Did you watch the game?
Yeah, yeah. I was able to watch that game, man. Like up to a certain time, and then I went to sleep at halftime. But yeah, I watched the first half, man, and it was. I mean, and then I watched the highlights. Notre Dame's defense, man. That
Yeah.
defense, that defense, man. Like
That
I'm gonna congratulate that because that's really what won that game, man. Special teams.
I was about to say, when you say defense, you
Offensive, yeah.
incorporate special teams with it as well. Do you not, or are they two separate? I mean, they're two separate entities in the
Well, they
coaching.
say it anyhow, defense and special teams. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll keep it. I'll
It's a
keep it
form
separate. Yeah,
thereof,
but it's
you
the
know?
same. It's pretty
Yeah.
much the same because I get it. But yeah, they won that game, man. Like they won that game.
Oh,
So
so you saw how it started, and
yeah,
it
yeah.
holy shit, man. I was I was
I thought it was
proud, but I was also like, why the fuck are we
yeah,
keep on it's like block, penalty, but I
yeah.
was like, we're getting there. We're getting
Mhm,
there. That's yeah, fucking great. I was loving but also hating how that game started. But
mhm.
yeah, that defense and that special teams,
And
yeah.
yeah,
And
they
I
pretty
mean
much won it, man.
the offense didn't look too bad. I
The
mean,
thing I'll be nervous. The running back looked good. Your run game looked good. Your quarterback. That was the situation. Your quarterback didn't look that good, man. To be
but
honest.
Jimmy, what I don't know where was Georgia's defense ranked this year? I thought they were what's up, girl?
Yeah. They were they were one of the top defenses. They were
I
definitely one
mean,
of the
they
we
got to
talked
be some kind of good if they
about
were the
they
team was
definitely in
number
the
two
top
in the
10
nation.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably top 10. They're probably top 10, but like I don't know, man. Like I don't know if you're gonna we'll get into that. Like that
Yeah.
defense, you're gonna see other defenses that are powerhouses
Do you
in the
think?
playoffs.
I mean, of course, one has to consider that Georgia's quarterback, their starting quarterback, did not play in that game, but Georgia doesn't recruit scrubs. This isn't the NFL. So, the
Mhm.
guy behind him is a pretty good fucking quarterback. And they had an extra day, and they knew what 2 weeks in advance that what's his name wasn't going to play in the bowl game. So, I mean, you can't really use that as an excuse, Georgia, as to why you got beat by Notre Dame. Just wanted to put
It was
that
a good
out there
game.
because I think,
Not if you're a Georgia fan, like it was a good game, but
dude,
not if you,
It's
but
it's not a good game for anyone other than Notre Dame fans
yeah,
because
it was,
nobody wanted to see Notre Dame win other than maybe Notre Dame fans. And
mhm.
I don't know why I said maybe, yeah. But yeah, there may have been one or two other people that are like married into the fucking team that like if Notre Dame didn't win, they're probably gonna get slapped that night. But other than that, there's pretty much the consensus
It was,
with Notre Dame is everyone hates them.
yeah.
So I'm
You
glad they
can't.
won.
I don't know how you can hate them though, because like
It
I
comes from
understand why other schools might hate them because they're doing something. We talked about the money they just got. They
yeah.
kept. They kept.
Well, if
We
you
said,
look at it, if you break it down, and I've had to do it multiple times with people because I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I
mhm,
encounter someone that's like, "Fuck Notre Dame," and I'm like, "Well, who are you a fan of?" And they have to tell me who their school is, and then I'm like, "Oh, that's because." Oh, you're a USC fan. Oh, that's because Notre Dame, beat you God knows how many times. Oh, you're a Michigan fan. Oh, yeah, that's because Notre Dame shut you guys out the last time we played each other in the rivalry, or whatever it may be. It's always because Notre Dame beat them, beat their team, or did something once or twice, or just they have a bad record against Notre Dame. And that's the only reason why. It's like that's it. It's so I don't understand why. I mean, that's the only school like that in college football, that it's like generally hated by everyone except for its fans.
I don't see them really getting much hate, man. I know there's more schools out there getting worse
Oh,
hate than Notre
okay.
Dame.
The overrated tag. I'll give it that.
You
People
can't
say
really say that because they always
I'm not the
play
one
teams.
saying it.
Yeah, like I'm not a like I appreciate football, so I look at it from that aspect. They're a solid team, man. They're a team that constantly has a solid defense, solid run game, okay quarterback, and some good coaching usually comes along with all
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? It's just, but like they play people. They get their spot not because of who they are. They get their spot because they beat people. You know what I mean? Just like they did all year this year. They beat like the most ranked teams. Yeah, they might have
Yeah.
been 18 on the back end of where you want to be at, but you still beat ranked teams. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so the way I look at it, like, I don't see that kind of hate because I see hate for like exact schools that you're talking about, like Michigan, like
Oh.
Auburn, like
Yeah,
me, like
but
nobody. I feel that so many more people probably hate Alabama more than they hate the Fighting Irish.
okay, yeah, you got an argument there.
Mhm.
You got an
Yeah,
argument there.
that's
But
awesome.
everyone, all those other schools you named, that those haters are
Uh-huh.
usually of one specific school, is what I'm saying. It's not
Got
the wider range of like most hated schools. I would give you Alabama, Notre Dame, Alabama because they were so good for so long, the cheating bastards, and then and that just comes hate comes with being at the top all the time.
Mhm.
So but yeah, I
No,
would.
that's right.
Who do you think would come in third in
For
that?
what?
Like I would like
For hated schools?
most hated schools like nationwide, like that
Mm.
isn't like you know what I'm saying? What we were just
Yeah,
talking
no,
about.
I get it. Like Michigan's one of them. Like in basketball and football, like Michigan's
Yeah.
teams. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
Like you think about
Maybe
it, like it's just Miami. Miami definitely is one. Like all the major schools all got a equal
Florida
parts of hate,
State.
some more than
I
others. Because I think right now, like nobody, including myself, like even the people that are Alabama fans hate Alabama right now.
oh yeah, well
You
because
know
they
what I mean? So
suck
like,
now.
there's a
They
lot of
suck.
hate. There's a lot of hate going on.
Yeah,
They're probably the haters.
they
Yeah,
haven't been on the streets in forever, man. They've been living the life of luxury for
yeah.
fucking decades, and
They
now
don't know
they're
how to handle this nil, man.
no, they don't know how to lose, man.
They don't know how to handle this nil. They don't know how to raise the money.
Oh, sorry, Darth. You see,
They
sorry,
trying
I
to take.
got. He keeps on asking me for a drink. He's got his red
Mhm.
Solo cup. You see him? Can you see
Yeah, I
Darth?
see him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's over there. Got a
fucker.
little cup in hand.
Yeah, it's fucking around. But yeah, so damn, Notre Dame beats Georgia, moves on,
Hmm.
and okay, well let's jump right into who they got next, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Thursday night game,
Mm.
Penn State,
Mm.
Notre Dame,
Mm.
Orange Bowl,
Come
and
on.
get this, Notre Dame is favored by 1.5.
Yeah.
So
So what did that tell you?
based off that information right there, Jimmy, tell me, how does Penn State win this game?
That's how they win it?
Yeah.
Dude, I think all right, so let me tell you how I think this game's gonna go. I think both quarterbacks, Penn State's quarterback and y'all's quarterback, are not going to really play well because those are two really good defenses that are going to be playing that night. That's the thing that I'm most excited about that game. They got those. That's a good defense right there, man. Penn State, and so is yours. So it's going to be a good game. I think. I think it's going to be something of the nature. I don't know what it's going to be. Like I can't call it because it's so evenly matched. But I'm gonna just to be the advocate, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna say Penn State. I
Yeah.
think Penn State by three. I think they're gonna be by three.
And Jimmy, that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
How do they do it? Tell me, break it down for me.
That defense.
How does Penn State beat Notre Dame? Because Notre Dame is favored by 1.5.
Yeah, I mean, you saying the refs gonna get involved? That what you're saying?
No,
So, like, is that what you're
no.
saying? Like, is that what you're saying?
You
Like,
said you're saying pretty much okay. What you already told me is going to be a defensive game. So are you saying that just the Penn State defense has to create more turnovers than Notre Dame? That's
because
how Penn State wins the game. If Penn State wins the turnover game, then Penn State wins the game.
yeah,
That's kind of what I'm
I
asking
think
for.
that's why I'm thinking it's gonna be a field goal game, man. That's why I
Okay,
said it's gonna be a field goal game. I don't think either defense is gonna do enough to put points on the board. It's just gonna get them closer to that fucking field goal. You know
you
what I
don't
mean?
think
That's why I kind of game because look, think about it like this. Y'all got a running back that just said that I guess he was hurt or something, but he's gonna be playing. He's gonna be playing the game. And Penn State has a running back. Running backs are pretty much equal, man. They're about the same. They're about 1,000 yard running back. You know what I mean? Like give you fucking three down back. You know, and then you got the quarterbacks. If you look at the number, if you put Penn State's quarterback and y'all's quarterback, like last week side by side, it looks like the same fucking quarterback interceptions and all, man. You know what I mean? Like a
yeah.
hundred and some yards, like barely 150, something like that. Like so these two defenses, they're serious, man. Like one defense is they just are known to stop the run. So that running back, that's why I said that running back's not gonna be involved. So now they're just gonna fucking hone in on that quarterback, make his life a living hell. And it's just gonna I just don't think they're gonna be able to move past that. But Notre Dame's defense has a defense that can put up points, and they have proved it by the amount of interceptions they had this year. So
I think Notre Dame gets another kick return or punt return for 6 against Penn
that
State.
honestly, you
Then
say that now, man. That
I
I
think it
think
might
that's
be a
going to be the
game
upper
turner.
hand. I
Yeah,
think that's going to be the one thing that that's the upper hand
that puts
because
them
yeah,
over the
like the
top.
special team is there. You saw it last week, man.
Yeah,
This is going to
and
be
that
like this game right here is going to
it only
be the game that I've been waiting to watch all playoffs. I
it
think
only
that this
takes a
game's
little
going
bit
to
of
be the game finally.
it only takes a little bit of pressure to get on that kicker, and
Mhm.
Notre Dame has shown that they're capable of doing
Yeah,
it.
they can do it.
Again, like we referenced the last game, they
Mhm.
started out with two
Yeah,
fucking two penalties hitting the fucking punter. They gave him a first down and then fucking made him punt again and hit him again.
yeah.
What the fuck? So yeah, I think Notre Dame pulls it out with the special teams, kick return, punt return.
I think it's going to be a close
I
one,
would
man.
really love for it not to be like that.
It's going to
Um,
be. It's going to be.
I would love to see our quarterback actually just look outstanding. I want to, to just calm people's nerves, just be steady,
Yeah.
make smart decisions. He's good with his legs. He's
Mhm.
capable of running. But I also want to see more than just game manager. I need to
Somebody
see
stretch the
him point.
field.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I
Yeah.
need to see him
Y'all have the
getting
weapons for it.
touchdowns. I'm
You
trying to
had
find the
like
words.
y'all have the weapons for it, man. Y'all
Yeah.
have the weapons on the outside and the inside, man. Y'all receiver court, like y'all have the weapons. Like
The
there, it's
offense needs
there.
to wake the
Yeah.
fuck up.
He hasn't been playing well, man. Last couple of games, he hasn't been
But
playing well.
then again,
But they've been winning. But they've been winning, man.
right?
So
I mean, if that's your game plan, like if that's the way your team works, like if your team, your defense is known to give your offense short fields, and that's how you fucking win games. You get field goals. Notre Dame field goals still make my asshole nervous because, yeah, I've been a Notre Dame fan my entire life, and if you've ever looked at their history of field goal kickers, we've had some problems. But yeah, so if that's how your team plays, like it relies on your defense to give your offense short fields so that you can call certain plays, and that's how you win. I'm all for it. As long as you keep winning with that formula. And so far they have, and Oh, it's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
an
good
ass.
one.
It's gonna be a
There's
good
gonna
one,
be a
man.
lot of Catholic families fighting, dude.
It's gonna be a
Penn State, fucking
dude,
Notre Dame, dude. Oh, fucking A.
dude. Yep.
So, dude, I think you say Notre Dame by 3. I will
Oh
predict.
no. I said Penn State by three.
You
I
said
said
what?
I'm the advocate. I said Penn State by three, just because I just want to go against the grain, brother. What happened? Why you getting all serious and close?
You're gonna fucking tell me you're gonna pick fucking Penn State, Jimmy? I got headphones on. I can fucking hear you. I can hear you. This is like extra, and this is like whispered in my ear when you fucking tell me you're going for fucking Penn State. All right. Notre Dame by 10.
Hey
Eat
man.
shit. Notre Dame by 10.
Ooh,
Notre Dame by
that's
10
the
now.
Johnny I wanted. That's the Johnny I wanted. There he
Get him,
is.
dog. Eat his fucking
There he
face.
is. There
All your
he is.
fucking.
Uh, Charlie, look.
Charlie, bite him. Get him back for all those fucking family members he ate of yours.
I don't play with my food, man.
Hey, look, your finger look big.
I don't play with my food. You know, it's too safe. I was raised proper.
All right,
I
Jimmy.
get nervous when I walk in your house and I don't touch your dog.
Yeah,
Get
you're
nervous.
like, why is that dog's paws touching the floor? Should not be touching the floor. Dirty
Mm-mm.
dog. I want to talk
I
about
ain't playing with your dog. Get nervous.
the transfer portal.
Sid,
Check this out, dude.
well,
Jimmy.
I'm here. I'm with you.
Some I looked this shit up and it says some outrageous transfer portal stories include players entering the portal mid-season to potentially switch teams for a bowl game, a- athletes making public demands for specific amenities at their new school, phantom transfers where players enter the portal with no intention of leaving, and situations where a player transfers multiple times within a short period,
Mhm,
essentially shopping for the best program for them, often leading to concerns about the system's impact on team stability and loyalty. So that's a lot to, unpack. So let's start with the beginning. Players entering in the portal but to potentially switch teams for a bowl game. Now, what
This is what it is, man.
how does that benefit a college player to appear in a bowl game? Or is it, I mean,
Is he
what?
starting? Is he starting? A lot if
I
he's
mean,
starting. You know what I
it would
mean?
be hard. It would be hard to do that if you're transferring like mid-season or near the end of the season, because that's when you start figuring out bowl games, right? It's at least 6 games in, because once you
Mhm.
get 6 games, that's how it works. You get a bowl game. So, I mean, maybe when I read that, Jamie, I was like, are these guys trying to travel? You know, like
Dude, no, it's getting crazy. The whole portal thing is getting crazy
I'm
in
trying to
general.
think like why would you enter the portal for a bowl game?
Mhm.
How does that benefit you as a player if
You should.
you're I mean potentially if you're entering like we were saying, if you're entering mid-season near end
I
of the
don't think you
season,
could play though.
you're not
Like
going to
I don't.
start.
I don't even know if the stipulation you could play because don't you have like I don't know how that works with the transfer portal on that
It,
aspect of it because you gotta I know with like my kids the process of just registering to schools they already been to like they're
it,
like previously like they have to like still re-register all that stuff when they're going to college, man. So
it,
like there's no way they could play. How
it,
would they be able
it,
to play? So I
it
get what
used
your concerns at.
It used to be a year hold, but they got rid of that ever since nil. So it's my belief or my understanding that once these guys enter the transfer, the TP, that they can when they get picked up by a team, they can start for that team if they have the eligibility and they meet like the grade criteria, if there is one of those. Probably not an SEC team, but that's my understanding. So How does going to a bowl game benefit a college player other than maybe like I would transfer to like one of those like lower schools that get
Mhm.
6 games because those guys go to the cool places.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
you get to go to the Bahamas Bowl, like
Yeah, yeah.
Liberty's like fucking what, in upstate New York somewhere? It's cold as
Mhm.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah, you get to go to the Bahamas. You get 6 wins, you get to go to the
Mhm.
Bahamas. Yeah, transfer to fucking Liberty, dude. And
That's
then
it.
and then next year enter the TP and go back to your old school. Oh, Darth, keep on throwing my hands around. This is why I have him
Man,
up here to keep me from. Yeah, fuck him. He's had enough. But
man. Damn,
you
Darty
get what
cut
I'm,
you off, man.
yeah,
Cut you
you,
off, bro.
you get what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I get it.
how fun would that be? How
Yeah.
would like if you're a good player, like, hey, coach, I'm gonna enter the TP. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
over to this school because I'm gonna go to the Bahamas. I'm gonna
But
play in
there's
their
no
bowl game, and
that's the
then I'm
crazy
gonna come
part about
back.
it. There's no fucking rules to it, man. You can do like, dude, I've read up on like, I was like, is there a cap on this nil? And basically no. But the
Yeah.
school has regulations and rules and all types of shit like that the school makes up bylaws that you have to probably partake, whether it's contract, I guess, or not, whatever the fuck it is. And then you have federal and state laws. You have the state laws that reside that you're going to school, and you gotta go by that. But yeah,
So
like there's no cap, dude. So if a school has crazy money, they could put $100 million in the fucking like they snatch people up.
do these kids have agents? Can they have
I
agents
don't,
if they're
dude. They gotta have agents. They have to. Like they have. I don't know. They have to. They're managing money. They have to have agents. You know what I mean?
but it doesn't sound like it, Jimmy. When I was looking into some of these stories, these kids are acting on their own. Like, oh yeah, the school said they were gonna pay this, and then they didn't. So I went back in the transfer portal.
Let me
And
tell you.
it doesn't, it never, the stories never say
Yeah,
agent for
yeah,
blah blah blah. I've never read anything like that and
no,
stories that I've read. So these kids aren't getting represented. Maybe it's just family
because
members.
like
What the?
I don't know if they can have agents in college. I don't
They
know if
just
there's a
have
rule.
lawyers. They just
You know
have
what I mean?
lawyers.
Like, but yeah, they definitely got lawyers. I
Yeah.
guarantee their parents was like, hey, like, nah, hey,
Yeah.
yeah, hey, because like they're getting this is how you know the money's involved now with the transfer portal. Because check this out. This fall, this winter, when the end of college football, soon as the majority of the people, you still have the playoffs and we're in the midst of a championship, but 2,600 football students jumped into the transfer portal, man.
Yeah.
2,600
Yeah.
college football dudes. 26.
For reasons like
They said
switching
they
teams
never
for a
saw
bowl
that.
game.
It's money.
And
It's money.
the next one is athletes making public demands for specific amenities
No,
at their
we already
new
seen that.
school. Yeah, like you
We
were
already seen
saying.
that. Yeah, that one dude,
Yeah,
like probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Like we seen it.
I want
It's
this much and this much. They're like, yeah, that's what it says. Athletes making public demands. So that's just saying, that's telling me right there they don't have agents.
it needs
It's
to
the
have.
kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
needs to
mean,
be contract, man.
as much as I hate sports agents because I watch Jerry
They
Maguire,
do.
you know,
Yeah.
um, they need some type of representation other than, because I mean, God, what's worse, a fucking sports agent or a fucking lawyer? I mean, either one, both of them are snakes. But
Mhm.
you got to have some kind of
Yeah,
representation. Somebody who's going to
you
help
gotta
you
have
out.
one.
Otherwise, you're going to get railroaded by somebody. So, yeah, get somebody to help these kids out with that. Next one, phantom transfers where players enter the portal with no intention of leaving. It's a bluff.
Hmm.
It's a bluff. So, like a kid's like maybe their nil isn't as much as they want. So they're like, well, I'm gonna enter the transfer portal. They go to that, and then they just wait for the boosters or whomever to like give them a call back. Like, hey, look, we don't want you to go. You're the best wide receiver we've ever seen, or some bullshit. It's a
It's
bluff.
money. They're trying to get more money, man. Like it came out like after I
They
looked up, I was
shouldn't.
like, how the hell did it like how much money are these schools spending on because these are like damn it, some of these schools are almost $1 billion worth, man. You know what I mean? Like some of these schools, like Oregon, they're almost $1 billion. There's like
It's that
900
Nike
and
contract. They got
yeah.
that
So
Nike shit.
that's what I'm saying. Like if they want to truly fucking run this shit, be like, come to us because you can spend as much as you want.
Jimmy, that tells me that
Championships make money. I would spend it, man. Like I would
yeah,
be Jerry Jones. Look, I'll be Jerry Jones before they cap it. I'll go ahead and do it now while like nobody else. Because in two, 3 years, they're gonna stop it. They're gonna
yeah,
cap it. It's gonna be
win
just
it.
like the
Yep,
NFL. You
win
remember
it
what
now.
like in Jerry Jones, Jerry
Yeah,
World?
yeah.
Same shit.
There's people that are up there that crunch the numbers because I don't know how much a championship, you know, brings. I don't know how much money that brings in. I
It has to.
know,
It has to bring
I know
money, man.
bowl games bring in a lot of money.
Television, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure it brings in a shit ton of money. That's why people try to win it, other than just to have a fucking piece of fucking brass and a goddamn behind a piece
Mhm.
of glass.
Yeah.
It's not about the trophy. It's about the
Money.
numbers. Yeah. So apparently that's got to pay so much. So they're gonna levy, how much we're gonna pay into and these players and buy these championships. And like you said, you're gonna have to do it now because the cap is coming.
Yeah, it's
Because
coming. Man.
people are
Contracts are
gonna
coming. Everything's coming. Like,
people are gonna start screaming about it when teams are just completely fucking stacked due
dude.
to money.
So it's like this, man. You know how I just read you that number, that 2,600?
Mhm.
Like, there's going to be fucking colleges because teams, dude, like a lot of teams, a lot
What's
of
up,
fucking
Joey?
lost a lot of people, man. Like a whole bunch of people. Charlie, get back, baby.
You guys there?
Can you see me? Should I move to a better room here? Which
I can see
Gotcha.
you. You look like the Unabomber, but we're okay.
Hey,
I was going for the McVeigh glasses and the whole shit.
You look like you're in a shed.
what's up?
I
Hold
got
on,
some
man.
I got some aviators in another Carhartt beanie. We'll
Come
just throw
on.
it together here, man, and down.
Oh, I like the heavy bag and the dog. Yeah, we're dog heavy. I
Yeah.
got mine down there.
You got one too. I try to hit it every now and then, man, but I still haven't learned to wrap my hands very well. So I'm still
Oh,
learning.
I had to buy gloves, dude. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to buy gloves for a heavy bag. I ain't got the wrist for that shit anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah. Even with the gloves though, man. I mean, as you get older, you hit that bag. That bag doesn't give, bro.
No,
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
it's it's a hard bag. So,
start kicking it or hitting it with a bat first.
yeah, yeah. But mine's got like a chain link underneath the bottom of it, so you forget about it. Then you go to knee it, and you forget about the fucking chain
Oh,
link on the
yeah,
bottom.
mine's got a little pad around mine. Anyway,
Yeah.
welcome, guys, man. It's good to see you.
Fellas. Yeah, hell yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year.
Uh,
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
just uh, we were just talking about transfer portal stuff, but we'll take a break on that because we didn't get to speak with you guys about what the games that happened last week in the quarterfinals, and we wanted to get your thoughts on it because we discussed about it last week. So, are you guys ready to talk a little bit about Texas, Arizona State?
The game from last.
That game was really good.
That's probably one of the best games. And I was excited. Like, I sat down to watch the game and I was watching it for about, I don't know, a quarter and a half, and I was like, man, this game is really boring. And
Yeah.
I turned it. I fell asleep right there on the couch. And then when I woke up off the couch, I was like, "This is the greatest game in bowl
Yeah,
history."
I think everybody went
Debo
through
is
that,
just the
man.
Scatterbo,
Yeah,
man.
Scotty, but
That dude was the real deal. He came out of nowhere, and they just showed him how to run the ball, catch the ball, throw the ball.
Oh,
He
the
was,
damn
oh,
ball.
that was amazing.
That game, Joey, we were the last episode we recorded. We were watching that game as we were recording, and we were making fun of Scataboo because I was like,
Scatterboo.
Scataboo, because he was getting
Scatterboo.
he was getting
Yeah,
Scatterboo.
dominated for like the first quarter, and then he started like here and there, and then in the second half just went fucking off,
off.
right? Went
Mhm.
off. And I'm watching the game. I'm like, son of a bitch. I knew this was gonna happen because of my curse. There was no way because I picked Texas to fucking dominate Arizona State. I knew Scadaboo may have done something because I call him the next. He looks like the next McCaffrey to me. You know
Yeah,
You
that
stay healthy. You
that
gotta
kind of
stay
running.
healthy.
he's got
Yeah.
that.
And
He's got that mentality too, boy.
yeah, and the only thing that scares me about that is he may try to play through some injuries when he shouldn't, and it may get him hurt early. But that's a story for another day. That that game, we're watching it, and this guy is throwing the touchdowns and
He
shit.
think, yeah, he threw a touchdown too. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple no calls on the helmet to helmet shit on the wide receiver.
Yeah.
that
That was
targeting
kind of
call at the end of the game.
that
Yeah,
was.
yeah, they didn't call the one earlier, but they called the one later. But
Well,
yeah,
because his arms
Yeah.
went out, man. Come on,
He,
man. The dude's arms, like he was all messed up. The dude's all messed. The dude was paralyzed, man.
that
Like
should
yeah,
he
he
got
was
knocked
tore
out.
up.
That's
Dude. I
why.
mean, that was a pop though. That
Yeah,
was
that was the only reason.
I
If
had
your man would have did the same thing, the same thing would have happened, man. They would give him a
yeah,
flag.
it was the
But it's
same
because
damn
all the
thing,
attention.
except one guy caught the ball, and well,
Yeah,
anyway, we
yeah.
I
I
had
liked
no,
it. I liked it when I liked when Scotabo caught that deep pass with a shoulder pad hanging
Yeah.
out. He just got up and stood stared at the whole
that
sideline like
yeah,
what's up?
I got mad at him about that. I got mad at him. I was
Did
like,
you get
come
mad
on,
at him for that?
yeah, I did. I got all
No, his
fucking
dad was
like,
in. His
I
dad
was
was in.
like, you're gonna get your ass humbled, boy. I was like, you're gonna get your ass humbled. You fucking
Yeah.
act like that.
Yeah, they got
But
Texas.
yeah,
Texas pulled that one out of their ass, which makes me think they're not. Ohio State is going to wax it.
I
They're
did.
going.
I didn't
I
see
think
it,
the same thing, man. Ohio State's gonna beat the shit out of them.
Joey.
Mhm.
I had to turn off the game because I was afraid my curse was turning it over,
He's
and
good. He's good at
I
cursing.
had
My
I
brother-in-law.
turned on Rocky 2, and Texas pulled out the win.
Yeah.
Jimmy's watching
Really?
the game. Yeah, Jimmy was watching the game, and I had to
I
turn
was
it
like,
off.
dude, what are you doing? Turn it back on.
I had to. I couldn't do that, man. And I couldn't believe I was fucking rooting for Texas either. So
I said that's just that that burnt orange. I can't root for.
it's
I can't do it.
ugly.
And then plus Arizona State, man, I had to root for that team, man. That just you didn't think it was going to come out and be in the
Underdog.
playoffs, and
Mhm.
here they
And
are,
then
Arizona State.
and then was Scadaboo even on the Heisman Trophy like
Mhm.
watch list at the beginning of the season?
No, I
Mm,
haven't heard of him the whole
mm,
season
Me
until
neither.
even
yeah.
even in the highlights on the ESPN highlights throughout the season when
They
Scott
never really talked about him.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
never talked about him. He just
Yeah.
came out that he showed out for that game and yeah, like Tim
It was great.
Tebow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Damn.
No, he
So
came out. He came out when he started talking. He started talking about Jenny and all that. It was like, I'm the
oh yeah.
Heisman candidate. That people was like, who is this kid? People like, who is this kid?
Yeah,
And then that's when he got the spotlight on him. When he started
yeah,
talking about he should be in the
pretty
Heisman.
pretty.
Shit, it worked.
Oh,
And then you guys were getting it. You guys were getting into Ohio State before I interrupted you.
my
Uh,
bad. I'm jumping
Come
ahead.
on,
Ohio
come on.
State, Oregon. How did you guys see that game going, and who were you going for?
Man, I actually was going for Ohio State,
Mhm,
not for any other reason other than the fact that I don't know. I just thought Oregon was overhyped.
mhm.
Oregon was overhyped, and they
Mm-hmm.
had too many weapons. They had too many weapons with receivers. What's his name? Jeremiah Smith,
Yeah.
that wide receiver from Ohio State.
Will Howard's on the ball really good.
Yeah,
Trayvon
Will
Diggs.
Howard is the Kansas State transfer, correct?
Kansas State transfer. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I thought, I said, I didn't know. I thought like, well, he just transferred from, K State from not having playing time, but no, he was a badass.
He
Will
was
Howard
a
K
yeah.
State. He was a good he was a good passer.
I believe he was the quarterback. Oh, I may be getting this wrong, but there's a highlight of a Kansas State quarterback scrambling to the right and then running down the sideline and then trying to jump over the hit and getting helicoptered and then
I
landed.
remember that.
You remember that? I believe
I
that
do
was Will
remember
Howard.
that. That was a K State player too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was Will Howard. I can't be for sure, but I believe that was him. So, yeah,
Will-
dude.
I still think Trayvon.
Jimmy, go ahead.
I still
What's up?
Henderson and Quinshon
I ain't saying nothing, brother.
Oh
No, I
no,
was talking
but
about
yeah,
like I thought the same
Jimmy,
thing.
my boys just spit me a little information of what he took from the little conversation over there. But yeah, man, heck yeah. I don't know, but back to Oregon and Ohio State, man. I figured after the way I'm a big Tennessee Vols fan. Everybody knows that, and we made it to the playoffs and we had a good team, and Ohio handed us an ass.
Mhm.
Ohio
Well, they
State,
got solid defense, man. Their defense is crazy. How
Yeah.
good their defense is.
Once I saw that game, I kind of had an idea, like,
dude,
they knew what they were doing, and they came
Yeah,
out and
man.
played some ball on some Oregon.
the way Ohio State is playing right now, like,
Yeah.
so just right now, like we've
National
seen
championship,
sparks of
man.
it throughout the season, but going
They're playing their
into
best ball.
yeah, and they're an 8 seed. They went in go being an 8 seed because
And
that's
they're
the way
gonna win it all, brother. I
Yeah,
called
we
that.
know.
I called that 2 weeks ago. I
I
said it. I
don't
was like, the way they're catching fire just at the right time. The quarterback is playing great. Their running game is playing great. Their defense is just fucking
His
insane.
name
It's
Junkins,
crazy how good their defense is.
Quinton Junkins.
yeah.
The
So
one- the-
Joe
yeah,
and Chevy, what do you guys think about that Penn State Boise State game?
I didn't think Boise State had a chance even going into the playoffs. Like I feel like the playoff just thought it was a charity game or something.
Say what? Even with Genty?
Hey, see, he
Janty
even
sold,
understands it
though.
now, bro.
Even with Jency, even everybody knew that Boise State had no chance going into that game.
I didn't know that.
You're the only one. We told
didn't
you,
know
man.
that.
We've been telling you this.
If you didn't
We've
know
been
that,
telling you this.
if you didn't know that, you're just living under a rock. Because South Carolina or Alabama way deserves that spot over them, in my opinion.
Do you think they would have done any better against Penn State?
They got one ranked game against Oregon, and they lost that game by 3
And that's
points.
what I said. Like,
Do you
Boise
think
State
South
never.
Carolina or Alabama would have done better against Penn
Dude,
State?
Boise
No,
State.
Ohio.
No.
Now listen, let's take that back. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anybody, but
Nigga.
let's go back. Let's say
Okay.
if Ohio State would have played Alabama, and the way we beat Alabama, Ohio State would have beat Alabama handed, like way worse than Tennessee got handed.
I was saying over Boise State because I just don't feel like that I don't feel like that Boise State are legit. They play in the Mountain West, and it was like last season. Like everybody was saying that James Madison deserved to be in the college football playoff because they went undefeated.
Ooh, JMU. No, you don't get there your first season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know-
That's what I was telling people. I was like, you got to understand that this is the first season, and they went undefeated. There was only a 4-team college football playoff last year. There was no chance of JMU making it, but people were mad that they weren't even in the talks about it. But
Yeah, when you're beating fucking teams that get beat by high school teams, you're like,
Yeah.
no, like
But
good
Boise
for
State-
you. Good for you, JMU, for going 12-0, but you cannot you don't play a big boy game.
what is it? The Mountain West?
Yeah, but BYU's been battling this struggle for a long time. BYU's been a consistent program for a really long time in their conference, but they just like you said,
I think they
nobody.
deserve the spot too. BYU does definitely deserve the spot.
They had a couple bad losses though.
They did have a couple bad losses, but they should have been in that talk. I feel like
Over who?
Boise State.
Over.
State.
We're still on Boise State.
Hey, look, it could have been.
We're still up there. We're still in Mormon country.
In
We're
Boise
still in
State,
Mormon
man.
country.
Let me tell you, like Boise State, SMU, to me this year were the same exact fucking teams. They both didn't play anybody, and when they did play somebody, it showed you who they were. You know, they. It's just. I agree totally. They shouldn't have been in the playoffs. I believe this has been the weakest playoffs I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
The
Just the teams that were in.
The buys, the way they gave the buys, and it was just
0-4. Every bye team got a loss.
1-4, every single one.
What'd you say, Johnny?
I said every bye team got a loss, and we discussed that before.
Everybody,
Like,
all 4 bye teams got a
these
loss.
kids are used to. We were talking before, like these kids are used to getting hit because if you look over the turnover margin of those teams who lost, they were getting they had more turnovers than the other team. And then you can look that up for winning teams anyway. But yeah, a lot of guys chalk that up for like when you're used to getting hit every week, like these kids, that have been playing for 2, 3 years at this point in time, they're not playing anymore. This is when they're usually relaxing or, they got one fucking bowl game that happened 2 weeks ago. This
Well, they
is
get
very
money now too, though.
but this is later in the season. And so these guys, it's just like, you push the season out a little bit longer, your body gets a little bit not used to it. I don't know. I'm trying to get fucking medical with it, but
I mean, that makes complete sense. I said, but then it went from them making, no money to getting, a couple of guys getting like 2.4 million or 3 million or whatever just to sign for a school now, which is great for the kids. I get it.
Like that. What's his name? I forget that
Mirror.
He's like Matter or something. He went to Washington State. He just committed. He quarterback went to. John Matter. He went to Washington State. Then just transferred to Oklahoma. He got paid $2.7 million just to go to Oklahoma.
Just to go.
Just to go.
And
he put himself in a transfer portal. So he put himself out into the transfer portal, and then somebody was like, "Well, you're good enough for I'm taking you 2.7. What's a kid that I get to give him something."
You know what you can do with $2.7 million in Norman, Oklahoma?
Yeah,
anything you fucking want.
Yeah. Hey, Stacy's from. Is that where she's from too? Right? No, Kansas.
Yeah. But we met. We graduated. We both graduated in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
go Peltman City North Panthers.
North
Actually, we have 2 X-Men that graduated from our high school, so I'm just letting you guys know.
Oh shit.
James Marsden and Olivia Munn. I went to I graduated with Olivia Munn. I knew her as Lisa. Her name is Lisa Munn. Yeah, she was our library aide senior year.
And I totally ruined college football because it's showing these kids that they're gonna get money for doing nothing.
Yeah, and your chicks for free.
Like Cam Ward and that team who they play. I forget who they play.
Yeah,
Miami. That game Miami pissed me off.
What was it?
He took himself out after he broke.
He took himself out of the game.
Then they lost.
After he beat Case
by 1 point.
After he beat Case Keenum's passing touchdown record.
Yeah, it was like 158.
Yeah. It was 155. He got 156 and left.
Took himself out. I was like, that's it. And then kept his pads on and watched the team lose by 1.
Exactly.
Fuck, dude. They go out there.
That's horrible.
Yeah. I guess, if you're NFL scouts and whatnot, you're going to have to get used to looking at players like that.
But you don't do that, man. Like, that hurt them.
You don't, but the game's changing,
man. Like, who's going to draft you high for quitting on the team? Who's going to do that?
Oh, that was Saquon
not me.
Yeah, you'd be a second or third round. Man.
Oh,
yeah, stuff like that.
We talked about that, Saquon. But before,
did you see that one video where they were like, "You're about to break the record" or whatever?
Yeah, and he sat down.
He's like, "I don't care. Let everybody else eat, dude. That's not."
Yeah, he's like, let the young guys eat.
That's not important to me.
Yeah.
But my argument,
that's why he's a beast.
But
he almost had the all-time season record, but he chose to sit down for that one too.
Yeah,
he chose to sit down.
My argument on that is that Super Bowls are every year, right? Now, the chances of him recreating this season are probably 1-2% maybe for him to ever get near this record again.
Yeah.
And
it's hard, man.
Yeah, I say go for it. Go for it and get it. Go for it and get it, and then
and then what do you think about Dickerson saying what he said?
I love it
about the whole one game thing. But
he should.
But listen to this. Listen to this. He said that, right? But at the same time, when he broke it, he got an extra game. Yeah. that shit in. Why is he mad? Because he had an extra game when he broke the record because he got an extra game. Does that make sense?
What are you talking about? Like
I
he
mean,
broke it in
that's
a bowl game? I
no.
thought he.
I'm talking about Dickerson,
Yeah.
like Eric Dickerson. Like he
Okay.
broke
That's my favorite. Hey,
the
that's my
single
favorite.
season. Yeah, he. But what happened with the NFL? They got an extra game, so he was able to beat that record.
So he
And
beat it
then
on the next game. So not the play. What? How
what?
many games did it take Eric Dickerson to do it? Like
One less game than what it is
16.
now. It's
16.
16. Yeah,
Yeah.
16
16.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
But
15. There was a 15-game
it
season.
was a 15-game
The next
season.
year he had a
That's what.
16 and he broke the record and celebrated it. Now
Yeah.
the same thing happened with Saquon about to do it. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but he did it. He had an extra game to do it. Like, dude,
I
so
see
did
what you're
you.
saying. So did he.
Yeah, so did
Yeah,
you.
so
So
did
did
he.
he.
That's
He
what I'm
Yeah.
broke.
saying, bro.
Yeah, he broke
So
the
did you.
record because he got an extra game, and now he's
Yeah, he got an
saying,
extra game.
"Yeah,
It's like LeBron
Saquon."
James being in the NBA for 20 extra years and beating
Yeah.
Yeah, 20
Yeah.
extra and bragging about it.
Yeah. About being a point leader.
It took,
yeah.
Yeah.
it took him 7 years after Jordan retired to
That's
break
the
his record
equivalent.
finally.
That's the equivalent of a fucking NFL kicker being like the highest scoring players in the NFL.
Yeah. I'm the highest scoring point player in
You're
his
a fucking kicker. Who cares?
so
Fuckers.
your
So
chances are way higher than mine are to catching one and you kick him.
he's so
Well,
much.
Rocker, a couple years ago, he broke the record for most points scored in the NCAA. The kicker for
Yeah.
Alabama, Will Rocker, he did the same exact thing. Broke the record for most points scored in the NCAA.
You,
Broke the record.
you guys, right before you hopped on, we were talking about the Notre Dame Georgia game and then transfer portal. But I want to hear your thoughts on Notre Dame Georgia. Like, what did
That
you
was,
think about going into the game, and did you watch
that
it?
was a blowout, and Notre Dame's gonna blow out freaking Penn State next week. This week.
Fucking love you,
I,
Jimmy.
I,
Fucking
on the
love you,
other hand,
Jimmy. I'm gonna
I'll
build you another Thor
think
hammer, kid.
differently if they had Carson Beck playing instead of the backup quarterback.
But see, Jimmy, what I say? Georgia fans are gonna say it was gonna be something different.
Not a Georgia
You know,
fan. I was just
I
giving
know,
you.
but
I'm just giving you hell. I would
I know.
much rather see Notre Dame win the luck of the Irish, the Georgia, and the Hedges any day.
My argument against that, Joey, is that they knew weeks in advance that Beck wasn't going to be playing against Notre Dame,
Yeah,
and this isn't like the NFL, pros against pros, where your backup is so far, the level of talent is
yeah.
so far
Everybody's
away.
about the
You be able
same.
to be,
Your
yeah.
your backups in college are good fucking players. They're
Oh,
just
4 stars.
yeah,
Yeah,
especially
three, 4 stars to be a quarterback to pick by Georgia.
right? So,
Yeah,
I mean, this ain't no fucking bum coming out there and playing. And Notre Dame really just, we were talking the special teams, the defense is, they're going to fucking
Solid.
stomp.
yeah, yeah. I
But
hope
I
so.
mean, I still feel that Penn State got a solid defense itself, man. I think it's two
They were
great
so
defenses
good.
going against each other.
Franklin
They
can perform.
both got good defenses, both of
I
them.
still don't think James Franklin can perform in big games.
He's got ED in the big game.
ED in
I
the big.
mean, this
Yeah.
this
Jimmy,
quarterback, Notre Dame's quarterback last game, man. You seen it against Georgia, man. Like you saw that game. That
Riley
dude
Leonard,
had. Look at his last
Riley
two
Leonard
games
is
though. Like
he's him.
just look
so
back at
is,
his last
so
two
is
games.
Marcus Freeman. Marcus Freeman is one of the best head coaches in the NCAA, and he proved it the other day against Georgia by his play calls. Those were like the most. some of
does
the
Marcus Freeman call the offense?
I mean, his offense didn't. There was
He
really no
runs.
offensive
He
points.
runs
There was
yeah.
really no
I
offensive
saw
points.
one play call he made, like almost. It was like while the Notre Dame Georgia game was like getting kind of close.
Uh huh.
He pulled out this one play. I don't specifically remember it, but it was a big play, and it just killed all of Georgia's momentum. And then that's when Notre Dame just started.
That's how we do it.
That's how you do it.
Oh, the
I
defense.
thought,
The defense.
I thought Notre Dame's coach always stood right beside his offensive coordinator. Like they're like,
Yeah, I would. Okay, I was just
So the
so
whole
happy. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Jimmy,
the whole thing about that game, like Notre Dame's offense only scored 7 points. You can't do that. You can't do that
No,
against Penn. You can't.
No,
It's only 7
They
points.
they
The
can
special
they
teams,
can if their
the special
defense and
like
their
their punt
special
and
teams
kick
show
return, both their punt and kick return both score touchdowns.
Johnny said they
They
can.
scored more touchdowns than what the whole offense performed, including their running game.
they
Like they
can, but
only
they
scored
won't.
so.
I think Notre
Well,
Dame's
that's what you need to be nervous about because Penn State people talking like I don't trust Penn State's quarterback. Like he has not been playing well. Their run game is okay, but that defense is as good as anybody in college football.
Drew.
There's only two running backs that ever ran 100 yards all season on them. Two running backs all season. That's a good defense right there.
yeah.
That's a solid defense. I don't know, man. Like I said, I told you I don't know how it's gonna go. It's gonna
Well,
fucking
Jimmy,
battle the
i-
strongest. I told you
you
it's gonna be a field
if you
goal game,
did, you
John
would
boy.
be a multimillionaire and you wouldn't be
It
talking
was.
to us if
I
you knew
told
how
you it's
shit.
gonna be a close game because that
Right.
defense they're gonna battle it out both sides. But I think,
Well,
like you
I'm
said
excited.
earlier, yeah, I think it's gonna be one of the better games we've seen all year.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
Oh,
Notre
as
Dame.
a whole, the college playoff system failed as a whole
I
for its first season. I think it'll get better, but I mean, honestly, the best teams are left. I mean, there's no doubt
mhm,
about it. Like they had to battle their way to get here. They had to fight their way to
yeah,
get here. They had to beat fucking really good teams to be here. So
mhm,
regardless of the fact that the playoffs are fucking however they are, and we got the four buys all lost.
yeah,
Joey,
it's horrible.
Jimmy and I were talking like how the college and NFL should switch up the way their playoffs are worked. Jimmy, remember talking about that?
Yeah, yeah,
Like the
it's a change.
yeah,
Like they should swap
college football needs to bring out more of a NFL playoff
what the
format
NFL's doing right now. Yeah,
and NFL do more what the college
the
football
college football.
playoff is doing right now
Yeah,
because in the NFL you're getting the better talent, so you want your undefeated teams in there. You get what we're saying, kind of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you got to balance it better. It's got
In
like
the
You
in the
do.
NFL,
no. NFL's fine.
In college. Yeah, in college.
NFL, it's worked perfectly for how long has that been in the playoffs? Like
yeah, but you're
You
not like what we're saying is like there are teams in the
like
NFL
that,
that are
like
like
the
yeah,
NFC South, pretty much that NFC South.
yeah.
We're talking about it like that.
so you're
Atlanta and Tampa
just
Bay.
leaving one whole conference out no matter what.
It's just
Well,
that's
yeah,
horrible football
be
right there.
better, be better.
Yeah, you're going to see what happens at Tampa this weekend. You're going to see what happens in the first round. They might get to the second round. I don't think they're getting out of first. Like, well,
All right,
that's
we're getting
NFL. We're not even talking about that.
we're getting out of NFL. Let's get
Yeah,
back into
get back to playoff.
college. Let's talk
College.
about the fucking Cotton Bowl, man. We got
Come
Texas,
on,
Ohio State. Ohio
come
State
on.
favored at five and a
Go
half.
stomping, go
Jimmy,
stomping in the mud.
how does
Uh,
Texas win this game? And then when you're done, Joey, I want to know how you think Texas wins this game.
just
Jimmy.
Texas.
What?
Okay. All right, I got you.
Yeah,
No, yeah, just Texas. Okay, I just focused my mind for a second. I got you, buddy. Just Texas.
Jimmy, give me your
What's
thoughts. How
up,
does
brother?
Texas win this game?
They don't. They ain't winning this game, man. Ohio State. Like Ohio just like to me right now, like for real, and I'm gonna keep saying it, man. Over the last couple of games, man, like Ohio State turned it on. Like their quarterback is looking like an NFL ready quarterback. Their receivers are, their defense is nasty. Their D tackle, everything, man. Like the whole defense is just nasty. Like they got too
Yeah.
good of a team in Texas. I just don't. I don't trust yours, man. I don't trust them yet, man.
So
I don't
what
trust
if
them.
and I hate this because I Ewers is getting a bad rap in my mind. I think he's a solid quarterback.
He
He's
is.
anywhere else, he's a fucking star, where whatever. But so let me throw this wrench at you. If Arch Manning starts for Texas, would that
You know
change
how I
your mind?
feel about this, man. Like,
Why do
if
you
it
think
was
that
me,
comes?
if I felt there'd be a better game, I do.
But
Just because when
Texas
he's,
still doesn't win.
I think it'll be a closer game. I don't think nobody could beat Ohio State, man. I don't think there's a team out there that could beat them right now. I just
Okay.
don't. Because
So
you just look at the quarterback position. Name a quarterback right now that could outplay him,
I
like right
can't.
now.
I can't.
I play.
So
Who?
so Joey, yeah. How does Texas beat Ohio State?
I'm with my boy, man. I don't think they do either, but you know,
They've got no chance.
yeah, I really I don't think I
Man.
think I think that old Quinshawn Junkins is going to have a hell of a game. I think so. One of the two things that are going to happen is either if Cam Ewers starts, Quinn Ewers starts, then that means one of them's going to Carolina. If the other one starts on this game,
Mhm.
and the other one's going to Carolina because one of them is going
Yeah,
to transfer portal and go play for Bill Belichick. That's basically
that's what I think. I think the same thing that you just said.
yeah.
That's what
So
I think.
So
regardless of who starts this game in the national champ or not in the national championship, I'm sorry, but whoever starts this game in the Cotton Bowl, well, the other one's gone.
so
Mhm.
so eat shit Texas, Ohio State wins. Let's get into
Texas, I just
that.
feel like yeah,
Let's get
yeah.
let's get into that talk what you just brought up. Arch Manning is the first name that Jimmy brought this. He sent this story to me a couple days ago. Was rumored, I think, to be, or
Yeah.
it's people are speculating or saying, hey, he should probably go to Jimmy. Do you want to talk more about this?
Oh no. So what they were talking about, they were saying that you were supposed to declare for the draft, and they
Mhm.
decided that he wasn't going to do that. They was going to come back because he didn't have a good year, man. Like he had an okay year, but
Everybody's
he
gonna
didn't
want
have
to.
a good quarterback year for NFL draft. So that being said, they said that if that happens, he comes back. That more than likely, like Manning ain't gonna want to sit there for another year. So
Yeah,
UNC doesn't have a quarterback yet, man. So you're good.
yeah.
So you're
Do you
gonna be
think?
heading that.
Do you think that? And Joey, this question's to you. Do you think that
Okay.
there's a race maybe between Ewers, I call him Ooey Gooey, and
Yeah, absolutely.
Manning to just get over to Belichick?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
and if that's the case,
I'm not saying a race to get to Belichick, but I'm saying like there's got to be a nod of confidence from Steve Sarkisian. There's
Mhm,
got to be a nod of confidence toward one of them to be like, hey, you're my man or whatever. Because then the other one can
mhm.
realize like, hey, I got better places to be. You
Yeah.
can't have two. I mean, you can have two, but I mean, you're wasting a career away on one of those guys.
Mhm,
Cam,
right?
you
Like,
need another year, or what's his name? Quinn. I keep saying Cam,
yeah,
mhm,
but
yeah.
Quinn Ewers needs another year. I think. I think Archie Manning still hasn't had his chance to
mhm.
show.
So
But
Ewer Ooey Gooey is more than likely, he's not going to be at Texas next year. So Manning has a decision to make. Does he stay at Texas or does he enter the TP and go to UNC? That's the way I see it. And
Chevy raised his hand. He wants to know if he
yeah,
should take
yes,
this one.
Chevy, let's
Come on,
go.
So I kind of had some notes written down for this one because
come on.
He got
because
prepared for this, guys. I'm
I
gonna
want
let
to hear
All
it.
right.
because so Arch Manning, in my opinion, if he were to stay at UNC and stay behind Quinn Ewers, it would be the biggest mistake
Behind Texas.
Mm,
behind Texas and stay
Yeah.
behind Quinn Ewers. If Quinn Ewers stays and Arch Manning stays, that'll be the worst decision for Arch Manning to stay and back up Quinn Ewers for the third year now. But with all the rumors floating around, like Quinn Ewers is clearly Steve Sarkisian clearly likes Quinn Ewers a little bit more than Arch Manning. Like you could tell because I haven't heard a single thing about Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning going back and forth at practice, trying to figure out who really deserves this spot. And I don't feel like Arch Manning is getting really his
There's
opportunity.
there's not really a quarterback controversy in Texas that we're actually getting where I get what you're trying to say is there's nothing that we're seeing that like they're fighting for the starting position.
Yeah, they know who's the quarterback, pretty
If it
much. So.
was that if it was that close of a race, Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers would be if it was that close of a race. I feel like one of them would have transferred.
It'd been primetime sports soon.
Right?
Or-
That's what I was saying. Like, jump out of there. Like, okay,
Come
we
out of
already
there.
know.
Soon as they realize that Quinn Ewers, I mean, freaking Arch Manning is literally wasting his college career. He's already played technically 3 years. He redshirted his freshman year, but he's already technically played, 3 years now. Technically NCAA rules technically too, but he's wasting his talent, wasting his career. I feel like he's just got to make some corner moves and go over to play for Bill Belichick. It will be a dumb decision not to go play if Arch Manning doesn't go play for Bill Belichick. I think Quinn Ewers stays, plays for Steve Sarkisian. He's been playing for Steve Sarkisian for the longest time. Just think he stays there where he's at. Arch Manning goes over to UNC, plays for Bill Belichick, possibly makes UNC a contender.
And never makes one. Never wins a national championship.
Yep. and I agree completely, because with the fact that I believe that Arch Manning is just wasting his career away because he's not getting playing time. You know, like right now we've seen. I mean, how long is his tape? You know, he's got games here and there. He's never started a full.
He had some good looking games this year, though, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying
The bad ones.
he's got
Yeah,
games, but
Carolina
He had
conference
some good
wise,
looking games.
football is a good team. Conference wise in football, just in their own conference, ACC, Carolina is a very good football team, and they produce Drake May, and they're on the top. They're on the top of the ACC every season. So you're going to take a coach out, put Belichick in,
and that and that
is that going to make a national contender, or is that you're just going to be ACC?
Yeah, no, they are, man. They are, because like me and John Boy talked about it. We had a podcast about this a couple of weeks back, like 3 or 4 weeks. That how much money that Carolina is putting into the pot to try to belly up. Is like, we're a big team. We're gonna put this money in the pot. So the average team, Ohio State pays their nil $20 million, right? So Carolina was like, okay, well, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the same thing. So they kind of bellied up to the table that we're gonna give our coach $13 million a year, make him one of the highest paid of all time. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna give him $15 million to spend on all of his coaching staff. Like most colleges, even Michigan, Alabama spend $3 to $5 million for all their coaches. The head coach will probably see 8, 9, $10 million, but like the position coaches, they don't get that much money. Like Carolina bellied up is like, we got Belichick. We're gonna turn this into the Patriot way. Watch. He's already doing it with how he's getting people. Like he's already doing it. He's not going for the best player.
We're talking
He's
about
going
it
for
right
the player
now.
that fits his program.
We're talking about it right now. I mean, he's potentially gonna pull
He's
the
doing it.
most valuable fucking quarterback in college football right now. And
But
I
like
think
the
that's
thing
what
is,
he's
up to this point right now, he's not doing nothing. Like he's ranked like 33rd, man. They got
it's
like
just his
14
name.
people coming
His
from the
name
transfer
alone
portal.
is
Just
bringing
coming from the
attention.
transfer portal.
Yeah. Arch's name alone, is that what we're talking about? Or what you're
Yeah,
talking
Arch
about?
and Belichick. And
Yeah.
and to go back
I
on
think that'd be the
Arch,
best fit for him, man.
it is. And he
Yeah, I think it'd be the best fit
to
no matter
go
what.
somewhere where he can start. Because my question is this though, is let's say hypothetically Ooey Gooey goes to the NFL. Okay. Does it benefit more Arch Manning to stay at Texas? Okay, and start next year, or does he enter the transfer portal and go play for Belichick at UNC?
Texas will have a national
best
championship.
thing for him, go to UNC flat out. That's just what he's got to do.
Okay.
I mean, that'll be a hard
Jimmy?
one for me. That'll be a hard one for me because already they're in the Final Four pretty much. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to you don't know what kind of program UNC is going to be this year. Better yet, the next 2 or 3 years, because it's still going to take them time to figure out everything. UNC is not going to come out and they're not going to start dominating. I just don't see it, man.
So
Like,
are
I
we
don't see it.
talking if because I see it as this, if he goes to UNC, if he makes the decision to go to UNC, the decision is made because he wants to better himself as a quarterback. by learning under Bill Belichick. He's not trying to win a national championship immediately. Whereas if he was to stay at Texas, that would say to me, I have a better opportunity to win a national championship with this team now because, this is where he's been for the past couple years. You get what I'm saying?
I get that.
Yeah, I
That
got that.
makes sense, but then again, like what's it to anybody? What's it all about?
Then you got to play in the nil too. So who's got more
Like
money? Right?
you can come out of college football being the best college football player, won the Heisman, and then you turn around and be the most trash player the next year.
You're about
Yeah,
to see that.
Yeah,
You're about to see that.
we agree. Chevy and I agree with that. We
Yep.
we thought Ashton Genty deserved that one big time because he was just a beast. But then he kind of sold there toward the end. But
yeah.
Jimmy does not agree. Jimmy was on the Buffalo, Colorado train.
Hey, the man did it. He,
Yeah.
he was he did play two positions.
who's that? Travis?
So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with what Travis did.
All
Hey,
right.
Orange Manning does go to the transfer portal. He will be entering a super, super stacked transfer portal class. Like the Browns.
You taking bong hits, Joey?
No, I'm smoking the blunt.
Oh, it
My
looked like
man.
it was highlighting you, so I knew it was
I was like,
recording
can
you.
I
I
do
was
this
like,
on camera?
you taking bong hits? Yeah, when the yellow line is around your screen, that means it's recording you.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like I was like, is that all right? But I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah, it's cool, dude. Yeah, it's cool
I was
shit.
ducking down, like, yeah, yeah, I
No,
was
it
like,
doesn't matter. Fuck,
My
what were we
man.
talking about? All right.
We're
Uh
talking about UNC. And the reason I was
yeah.
saying that I feel that if we were talking about Manning, why it would probably be a better because he don't have much football years left, college football years left, right? So you're talking about yes, he could learn under Belichick. I get what you're saying,
Or
but they were 3-5 last year,
mhm.
man. How much more do you think they're going to improve in one season?
Yeah, he's
And
what
then
20.
that's
potentially the following year, like if he decides to stay for 5 years, 4 years, But I just
it,
feel that if he wants to opportunity to win a national championship and work on his stock and still get better, he can still do that at Texas
Yeah, he'd
but
have
he,
to play here.
what was that?
because they're already there, man. You know what I mean?
Huh?
Yeah, as I'm saying, like I think if he stays at Texas, it tells me that he wants to win a national championship. If
Yeah.
he goes to UNC, it tells me that he wants to develop himself better as a quarterback and be more ready for the NFL
Learn from Bill.
by
Mm-hmm.
by learning under Belichick, regardless whether or not they have a losing season the next year or two that he's there,
Mm-hmm.
he's still learning under Bill Belichick. And yeah, what's a better way to win or learn than to lose? So, you
I
know,
mean, that's natural. I get
yeah.
that. Like, I get that
We don't
aspect.
make mistakes. We just make learning decisions or learning
Mm.
opportunities.
There it is.
There it is. The weed talking. All right. Before we go, I got one last subject, you guys, and it's a hot one.
Hot.
I don't
Come
know,
on.
Joey, if you heard about this, but have you heard the story about Miss Joy Taylor of Fox Sports One?
Come
I was just telling about it. I was just telling him,
on.
man, she is D1, Division 1, like I don't know, Division 1. I don't know what do they call them.
Rotten bitch.
Gold digger. Uh,
What I miss?
okay, so this girl, so what she
I
did
apologize, guys.
is
I think
she
I
was
No.
so
missed
what she
this one.
did is she slept with her higher ups at Fox Sports so she could move up in the ranks.
That's the gist of it. What happened was there was her stylist filed a
Yeah.
lawsuit, okay? Um let me put this is from oh wait, this is her bio. Well,
Hairstyle.
what had happened? See, what had happened was there was a
What happened?
her stylist filed a lawsuit for like sexual harassment, whatever, against Fox Sports One, and she was named in it for going on record. I mean, for saying that she had slept with her boss and been sleeping with Emmanuel Ocho from the fucking
Oh,
show. Yeah,
Jackson.
Ocho, yeah, was fucking him too. And um
Just going
she
through it.
was quoted saying by the stylist that, oh well, if anyone ever finds out or they try to do anything, I'll just say that they raped me. No bullshit. That's what this fucking bitch said. She was gonna Me Too and ruin a fucking dude's career because it doesn't matter at this point in time. Like it only takes the accusation. There have only been 3 people in sports to ever beat a rape charge, and that was Kobe,
Come on.
Mike Tyson, and he didn't even beat it. He went to fucking
He
prison
went to
for
jail.
it. And then who was there? Was one other guy. I fucking forgot. I had it written down. Fuck.
Duke lacrosse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that one was found out. The whole Duke lacrosse.
Yeah, it was a lie.
She
It was
fucking
a
Yeah.
faked
lie.
it and ruined
Yeah.
all their fucking careers.
Yeah.
So
He was
She
a
was like a
fucking,
meth
he
addict.
was a whore.
yeah, okay.
Skipper.
Listen to her. This is her career. Okay, this is how you know she fucked her way to the top. Okay,
Come on.
she co-hosts Speak, which airs weekdays on FS1. Taylor joined Fox Sports in March 2016 for the launch of Skip and Shannon Undisputed. She was the mediator, and served as the moderator on the debate show until July 2018. Pretty much all she was a fucking set of tits. If you guys remember this
Yeah.
show, oh fuck Stephen A. Whatever he was screaming, whatever. This girl was.
No, she was before
Oh,
that. She was on the other dude. What the
the
hell
eye
was he?
candy. Yeah.
He was on
So
another guy doing the same thing. He was
prior
in
to
that.
joining, prior to joining Fox Sports, Taylor spent the previous 5 years in Miami radio, including a successful 3-year stint at 790 AM, The Ticket. Okay? 790 AM was the name of the station. AM radio.
AM radio.
Yeah, where she was co-host, not even host,
Station.
co-host for the station's top-rated morning drive program, Zaslow and Joy Show, after starting with the station as the show's executive producer. Taylor also served as the host of Thursday Night Live and Fantasy Football Today on CBS Sports. A Pittsburgh native and younger sister of former Miami Dolphins star Jason Taylor. Oh, that's how she got her way in. Jason
Yeah.
Taylor's fucking sister. Yeah. She
You ain't know
attended.
that?
No, I didn't know that.
I thought you do that. Yeah,
That's her
Taylor.
foot in the
I thought
fucking
you did.
door right there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she attended Barry University.
Bro, imagine that's your sister. You're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
She attended
Like that.
Barry.
Oh no, dude.
She attended Barry University and earned her bachelor's degree in broadcasting. While at Barry, she hosted her own radio show, The Noise. So her resume included a college radio show at Barry University, which I don't even know where the fuck that is, and then
it's good for headaches.
co-host
Berry,
of
like cherry, like a berry. Berry.
Barry, like the show on HBO, which is an awesome
Oh
show.
shit.
Miami Shores
In Florida.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It sounds like it was in a strip mall. Like
Yeah,
there was
Chevy-
probably
Yeah.
there was a hoo-hot. There was a hoo-hot right next to
Yeah.
it.
Right beside the lawyer's office.
They get Mongolian barbecue at
Yeah.
lunch every
And then
day.
right next
Why
door,
she's got such a fat ass.
right
Whoa.
next door was a crack hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how they lose the fucking So yeah, that is a resume that screams, what the fuck are you doing on cable fucking network like Fox Sports if you aren't sucking and fucking your way to the top? Which,
Woo.
by the way,
Berry University, Miami Shores, Miami.
Jesus Christ,
That's
it's
gotta be
beach.
a fucking place in Miami, I think. Like,
People pay their tuition in cocaine.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
A.
they trade their boats.
Fucking, they're whoring out. Fucking. Hey, so how in the hell does this, other than the fact that she's probably doing that way to the top, and she does, and okay, cool, but where I get mad is where she starts threatening the whole fucking I will accuse. That's where I draw the line. Look, if I was in a position of power
That's where you
in
draw
which
the line, man.
And I got
Just
that
because
girl like, I will you if you put
my
me
man.
on TV, guess what? I'm getting fucked. But when she starts, saying that, oh, we're gonna like, accuse of that, that's where I draw the line. That's where shit gets fucked up. And that's where I say,
Mm.
fuck you, Joy Taylor. Someone else go. I've been ranting too long.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Trevor Bauer, he was one of the athletes that beat. I think it was like an assault. I can't remember if it was an assault charge.
He was a pitcher in the Major League Baseball.
Pitcher for the Reds and the Dodgers and stuff, but
Minnesota Twins. And Minnesota. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was just naming off teams that he was on.
Yeah, that's why he was doing it.
My
You
man.
guys were just kind of going back and forth. You just didn't realize it.
Yeah. And yeah, so he was you were saying he was accused and found not guilty?
yeah, he was accused and found not guilty. And that girl was literally there's receipts of that girl texting her friends and being like, now I'm gonna start making MLB money.
Dude,
And she was like, I'm in. What do I take first?
right? And did you see, before we go, one last thing on this, that Skip Bayless couldn't get any?
1.5.
1.5. He
1.5.
he
Hell yeah.
he's cited in the lawsuit as offering her $1.5 million to sleep with him.
Bro, dude, the crazy shit is he's been with his wife for like 50 years.
Yeah. But,
Being with somebody.
dude, I was listening to
Been with
another
her like
podcast.
forever, man.
I was listening to another podcast and they made up a good point where you don't start at 1.5.
No.
You start at 1 million. Like
Hell
he
no.
probably started at 1 million.
Well, I started about fucking 10 G's.
Not when you're Skip Bayless and that's whatever, dude. This is a whole nother level. Like
This is crazy.
he's trying to pull out that Demi Moore movie with yeah, I'll give you $1 million to sleep with.
Oh,
you
decent
one
proposal.
night. Yeah. So that's what he was trying to do, I guess. And then she was like, no. And then he's like, 1.5.
I'm
He's
about
like,
from
hell no.
5,000 to 1.5.
Will you look at my dick for 20 G's?
Hey, you can check stuff, baby. I'm good for it.
Yeah. I will pay you 50 grand for a tit pic.
Yeah. I'll gladly pay you 50 grand for a Blue Jay today.
Skip Bayless is the type of dude to like pay a girl $5K just to look at her butthole or something. Like,
that dude is all low. He's got like 3 different logins to OnlyFans.
Yeah. You got a hard on for the Cowboys too. That's what's funny.
Yeah.
hey,
Hey. We know somebody like that.
he's sleeping with Jerry Jones.
What are you doing, Joey?
I accidentally spilled a little bit of water.
Oh. Well, guys, it's been great. I love talking with you. And I can't wait for these college football playoffs to work themselves out. And I hope Notre Dame kicks all the asses.
I hope it's a good
really
weekend of football all the way around.
Yeah, me too. And
I
then
want
just
some good
because
football this
Tennessee's out
weekend.
of it, I'm really rooting. I think Ohio State's going to win it all, but I'm gonna pull for
I think
Notre
so
Dame.
too.
Yeah, and I'm on record saying Ohio
gonna
State to win it all too, but of course
So,
I'm decked
Yeah.
out in my Irish gear. I've got to go for them, and of course
Yeah,
we're gonna fucking do it.